Oh, mm. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Yes, I am getting on here for a quick minute. Please join, like, subscribe. It is your girl, J. Essence Journey. Thank you for those who've been on this journey with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. But now, today is a day, especially if you are a person who's been watching. Today's a day of celebration. And the first thing is that I really don't take time to breathe in and breathe out the good things, because when you're on the grind, you're just so busy on the grind. And it's like, I got to get to the next step. 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 So I need to take a pause, because when you're on the journey and you're focused on the vision, there are so many trips that you just sometimes hold on to the vision and you forget about those steps, those hills, those turns, those valleys. And when you get through them, baby, celebrate good time. Come on, right? And so I'm shouting out two things. Number one, the Literacy Center. Let me put it up here. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard, because I finally announced the GoFundMe page. Like, there's two places you can donate. You can donate right there on Hatima Farms. You can donate on the GoFundMe page, and announced the GoFundMe page, and just shout outs. And I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you. Shout outs to Mr. Because sometimes he doesn't like his name on here, but I'm so proud of him and all the things that he's done here in Rwanda for being our very first donor. And then shout out to my isms, which I'm going to put in here. And isms are, um, I've pledged Delta. Ooh, all day, that you know. And never ashamed, always to claim. And then isms are the ladies who have the same number as me. So I posted in our group, just like in passing by, like, yo, I have the fundraiser. Please, share, like, tell people about it, because this is big to me. They, without hesitation, in 25 hours or less, keyword 25, um, pushed that number up and donated immediately. And that was just an awe to me, because it means something for you to turn around and say, this is important to me. And people say, I got you, without hesitation. Not know, well, what is it, how you going to do this, and all that stuff. Like, baby, I have the demographics, I have the specs, I have all of those things. But people who are like, we know what you can do, we know what you put your mind to, we know what you're about. Yes. And that piece just, oh my goodness gracious, means so much, because I don't have to convince you. I don't have to sell something to you. I don't have to turn around and do extra when I know that there's work to be done. And like, that love, that immediate love, just was like a breath of relief. Like, I'm going to do right with your donations. That I'm going to make something bigger than I am. And one, you've been with me. Y'all been rocking with me for over 25 years. You've been knowing what I can do and what I'm about. And so the moment that I turned around and said, yo, hey, I'm just asking for support, and click a button and said, we got you. And that is powerful for me. That makes me cry, because in this world and in this game and this hustle, you're so busy selling, you're so busy convincing. This is going to go to another celebration. You're so busy trying to prove to people you deserve to be in a place. You're so busy trying to prove to people you know what you're doing, and prove. It's exhausting, it's taxing. And so when people come and be like, no, we got you, say less. That say less ministry is something powerful. That say less ministry. So I have to definitely shout out my isms. I definitely have to shout out. They put out name Helky. Like, you talk about left field. Didn't know those names were coming out. Just means so much to do this literacy center, and it makes me proud, because it helps me. A lot of times we turn around and we're saying, we're standing on the backs of those who came before us. Nah, baby, I'm standing on the backs of those who came before us, but I'm lifted up by those who are with me now. Thank you. Thank you for lifting us up. Thank you for lifting up the Literacy Center Treasure Chest. We have so much that we're going to do and accomplish, and I know it's going to happen. And so the first celebration is just that GoFundMe page, the Literacy Center, we are moving and grooving and doing so much more. I actually am going to check out land. Here's the thing, we have land slated of where exactly we want it to be. Like, this is the piece of land we want, this is this. But we went back to the chief because she was like, hey, I think there might be a better location here. So we're going to go look at those locations because we want to do what's best in the community. It's not about self. It's not about my vision. It's about what is best for the community, what we can maintain, and what we can keep going. We are not going to have a building that's abandoned in 10 years. That's not what we're going to do. So I wanted to check out just a couple other places because number one, what you give will happen. And so we have to make sure that we create it in a space where it's for its best use possible. So that's some of the work we're doing tomorrow. So that was my first celebration, is just celebrating that. And now we're going to celebrate our first. Well, okay, so I'm going to put it this way, getting into farming and getting into agriculture, like, let it be known, this is not my original trajectory from God. There is nothing that has happened in my past to say that J Essence is going to be a rabbit farmer. There's no indication, there's no trajectory. I, quiet as kept, don't like petting your dog. Quiet as kept, like, I do it to appease you because you have so much joy in people loving your pet. I really don't want to touch your dog at all. I don't like, even with the I do pick up the rabbits. I know I do, but like, that's not something. And one of it is I do have eczema, so anytime something skin to skin, like that fur to skin contact, I'd be like, but like I said, there's nothing real petsy about me. The only time I actually had my own pet, like I went out and got a pet, was because I had a cat because I lived in the country and that cat had a job. Like, you wasn't living in my house using little boxes and getting pet, like, you supposed to be chasing mice. Like, there, this is it. This is the we works in my house. This is it. So my pets have projects. Like, the only reason I don't even remember that cat's name. And the sad thing, Melissa, I'm gonna sit here and tell you the truth, is I did wrong with that cat, but I didn't. So I'm gonna tell you the truth because I got to get to the celebration mode. Oh, and I only got 5 minutes. So I had this cat for like 6 months. And then I got a job. And so I realized I had to move out of the country. And so when I moved out of the country, I was moving to Tulsa, which was city. So I was like, okay, it's my responsibility. I brought you this far. Let me go ahead and go. And so when I went to the apartment, I was like, oh, yeah, I have a pet. I had to claim her. I have a pet. What's the pet deposit fee? And they were like, oh, if you have a pet, you're gonna have to pay a pet deposit fee of $500, and then like your rent goes up $50 after that. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then I came back to the house and I'm staring at the cat. First of all, the cat didn't even like me. Like, it was a job. It was no coming up, "Brr, brr, I love you." Like, it was none of that. Like, dude, you had a job. The cat looked at me and be like, where's my food at? Right. So when I come back home, I'm up here like, why am I about to pay extra $500 to be in a house where I'm disrespected? I don't understand why I'm about to pay an extra. Why am I having to work harder and go into my budget, and you don't even like me? You don't even respect me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, but I'm trifling. I'm doing all kind of stuff. So I was really thinking about it. So I was driving back to the apartment complex, had the cat in the car, and drove, like, I was near like some time retirement community. Like, it looked like a really nice neighborhood, really nice community. It was really nice. It was upscale. Everybody's yards was mowed. I saw a couple old people doing stuff and everything else like that. So I was like, oh, this is a real nice community. So that's when I turned around a corner. I turned around a corner and it was nobody in this corner. And I was like, yo, you know how to handle yourself because you lived on your own, you independent. So let's do this. And basically, I let the cat out. I let the cat out. I prayed over the cat. I touched it and anointed it. And I was like, somebody's gonna find you. Somebody's gonna keep you. Like, you see the signs all the time of help cat missing. Like, so now find the missing cat. And that's what I did. I let go of the cat. No love lost. That's a true story. I have not told many people that story because I was like, y'all are not gonna call me on nobody. Yeah, I let the cat out. I let the cat be in the neighborhood. She's an independent cat. She's independent. So I was like, let's do this. If somebody's supposed to love you, like go find yourself on an old folk home and like help them out and be with them. So I say this only because, like, I'm telling you, your girl has no trajectory in animal rights, all that other stuff. Like, I got my own views about things and stuff. But what I'm saying is that it's monumental because this was the day that Hatima Farms officially got into the market. So we are now officially in the market for rabbit urine and rabbit meat. We and that's a big deal because for the last year and a half we've been building. And I have been as an entrepreneur and as boss kind of saying, it's not our time. It's not our time. It's not our time. Like, let's grow, let's grow, let's grow, let's grow, let's grow. And so the story is, I got like 3 minutes, is that when we went and took our rabbits to market, first of all, the market we went to stressed out on the drive. And like there's decisions I need to make to help things happen. And when I drove here, I was like, oh, new decision is we're gonna need our own transport. Like bam, right there. Like that's something that's happening. Um when we brought our rabbits were so much bigger than the normal market rabbit, which is what we've been studying for, like eating habits, dietary needs, all this stuff, the way that we manage our farm. And the whole time, because this is just such a relief, it's like I've been saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And people are like skeptical. And it's just part of the nature. So it's fighting against skepticism, which is not a word, skepticism. I got to say it right, but I'm not there. And so to get to a position and people are proud of our product because everything that I stated and we did, we fought and we did, and it's there and we have a great product, to the point where when we were going to make the sale to the one person, somebody else came in and was like, yo, I will pay more for that product. And then that person was like, you ain't gonna pay more because they coming out here to see me. Like it ended up being like this big argument. And we sitting there like, baby, it was like being the girl at the prom, like with revenge, like your ex and your new man is fighting. And you be like, like that's how I felt. I was like, like they fighting over my stuff. Like, I got the bunny for you. I got the bunny juice. And y'all fighting over the bunny juice. So like we officially jumped into market today, and that was an amazing feeling. So it also gave us our price point, it gave us what we're doing, it helped us know like, okay, this is going to be our new breeding schedule, this is what we're going to be doing and all that stuff. And that's just amazing because literally a year and a half of Hatima Farms, yeah, a year and a half of Hatima Farms, and we are like, oh my gosh, everything you said, we're doing it. We got to get into it. Everything else like that, and so the building continues, the work continues, the life continues, all of it continues, and we get into it. So that's why today is a celebration. That is why I'm really creating this video because what I want to turn around and say is that I don't want to forget good times. I don't want to turn around and get so busy in the grind. And when you look back, I can't remember the good times. When I lost my videos, I lost a lot of my good times. And so I need to get back into these are those good times. Leave those cares behind. Like, yes, and all the work meant something. And that means so much to Virgos like me. Like, all of the work, all of the stress, all the planning, all of the extra, the extraness. It was for something, the movement here, the doing these things. And yes, we have more to go, but we're going to stop right here and say, Wusa, thank you, God. Good job. Stay on the grind. And then, like, um, I'm going to do this real quick. Like, my little mantras of I can, I will, I must sell rabbit meat consistently. I can, I will, I must. So I'm going to shout out as well Eric Thomas. And if you don't listen to him or the S2S podcast, I really do, at least for me, it's helped me put that spark into going to the next level and making sure I execute. Like that's our word. Small steps break big distances. Oh, I sound like such a motivational geek, but whatever. And so that's what we do. Small steps break big distances. Small steps break big distances. And so I want to say thank you to everybody who logged in because I got work to do. And I'm about to get into the grind. I got to get into the groove. Boy, you got to prove your love to me. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. All right, thank you to everyone. Please go donate to the Literacy Center. Please go share it. Please, please, please. We got more stuff coming out, but things only happen when we come together as a collective and make them happen. Peace.